Keep it on the level. Keep it on the level. I'm climbing up the.
What's going on, Nasteey Nation? It's Nasteey. Today we're going to be doing another Rakan full game commentary. Today we're also going to be doing things a little bit differently. So I don't know if you guys saw my most recent Rakan video, my Speed Demon Rakan video. Well, in that video, essentially, I took a look at all the Rakan changes, and I tried to figure out what is the best approach to playing Rakan after all the changes. You know, there's the W movement speed increase, there's the R increased movement speed. You now have to wait half a second before you could use other abilities after casting your ultimate. You also get refresh movement speed every time your ult hits another champion. All these changes, I was trying to figure out what really is the best way to play Rakan now. So my original approach was this Speed Demon Rakan Rune Pageant build, where essentially I utilize all this movement speed, and the goal was to build up movement speed, build up momentum when I'm off the screen, and then come running in and engage on enemy champions. That was the original kind of way that I approached it. The other way that I'm going to try in this video is kind of a perma-slow Rakan build, in which instead of making me faster, what I'm essentially doing is I'm just going to try to make the enemy team slower, right? That way, I'm still coming in a lot faster than they are, but rather than me being the one with a lot of movement speed, it's them that are just the one with a little movement speed. So the rune page that we're going for here is going to be Glacial Augment, Magical Foot, Biscuits, Cosmic Insight, Nimbus Cloak, Celerity, 1 CDR, 1 Armor, 1 Health Rune. That is kind of the new approach that we're going for. At the moment, we have an AFK, so that's always fun, right? Let's see if this game actually gets played or not. If we do actually go through with playing this game, one thing that is worth noting is this is a very late game, mid to late game focused build. That is because Glacial Augment is not super useful unless you are using your items. So I'm going to go for Twin Shadows first, and then we're going to get the GLP after that. The lane phase, you're probably going to see a lot of what you saw right there, which is just a lot of poking. Poking with the Q whenever possible. Also need to make sure that I'm hitting the minions here, that way they don't hit level 2 too far ahead of us. They are going to hit level 2, and that's that minion right there. They'll have another minion to go. Luckily they kind of whiffed all of their abilities. Pretty good for us. We also have an Ivern jungle, and Ivern isn't super dominant early game jungler, so we can't really rely on him to give us ganks and help us out early game. Excuse me. I'm going to be going for a WEQ max, which is something that is the highest win rate at the moment. If you guys watched my Speed Demon Rakan video, you know I also did that there. It feels really good at the moment. Put it that way. It was my favorite max order prior to the Rakan nerfs, and now that it's back, I'm pretty ecstatic about it. After the 9.9 changes came out, I tried to play Rakan with the typical QEW max order. It just did not feel good at all. After I've kind of done a little bit more research, tried some different builds and runes and stuff like that, it actually is starting to feel a little bit more fun. Also starting to feel a little bit good again. Not just the W max order, but Rakan as a whole. This is also on top of the fact that this is mid to late game focused Rakan. So with that being said, you can kind of already expect us to have a little bit of a rough early game. On top of that, Sivir Lux, pretty good poke lane. I also can't W them, so I can W Lux, but I can't W Sivir pretty much at any point because she has that spell shield up. So even if we wanted to fight, we wouldn't be able to. Recalling right now. I'm just gonna get this farm and then recall myself. Alright. What can I afford here? Actually, I can't even afford my item. I think I'm just gonna stick around. Might be a bad idea. What I could do is, instead of sitting in lane by myself doing absolutely nothing, I could look to roam mid. Okay, that guy's dead already. Instead, I'm gonna hit this, drop some deep vision, and then recall. Hopefully Varus is gonna be okay. I'm gonna be in lane in about 30 seconds from now or something like that. Hopefully he just doesn't die for 30 seconds. A little bit of an awkward situation there where Varus was so low to the point that he had to recall. I couldn't roam mid there because mid was dead already, and I couldn't afford anything, so I just spent some time running around, trying to be productive, even though I wasn't productive in the long run. Tried to be productive as long as I could. Now we're finally get back to lane. Thankfully, they did not freeze that. They had a big old minion wave right there that they could have very easily froze. That would have gave us a lot of trouble because they could just zone us away by poking us. I do think that we have some potential to pick up some kills if Ivern ganks, or if I see Lux overextending, I can W her. She's our best bet. We can't really go on Sivir at all, though. Sivir is just kind of out of the question, unless I can hit 6 and then RQ. Actually, no, I can't even do that. I was gonna say I could have waited till 6 and then tried to RW combo her before she could react, but because of that half-second delay that we have now, she's gonna have plenty of time to react. I'm not gonna be able to just pop those abilities and get on her right away. Okay, Ivern is also topside. Let's see how this goes. It's gonna be a lot of farming. Try to help out my ADC as much as possible. Nunu is in the bot side, but he's not necessarily threatening a gank at the moment. I'm getting hit by every ability, which is a little unfortunate. Boy. Alright, I ended up taking a lot of damage there as a result of, ow. Okay, let's see. That should go okay with us. Ooh, okay, that's rough. I was gonna say, I took a lot of damage there as a direct result of me trying to save my ADC. And I thought if what I should have done there is stayed under my tower. The second I backed up, that was my fault. Definitely should have stayed under my tower. We don't think we can afford anything here. Can't afford anything. Maybe we go for GLP first. I don't necessarily have to go GLP first, just because I'm only 350 gold invested into it, right? So it's not the end of the world if I decide to go back to Twin Shadows. GLP might be a decent option just because it is health. Oh, that is absolutely tragic. I think we're still gonna get this kill. I'm gonna make sure that I don't take that kill on accident. Okay, absolutely tragic that I got stunned in the middle there. I'm gonna help my mid laner push this out real quick. Again, hopefully Varus can kind of hang out bot lane and not die in the meantime. But yeah, that definitely was a mistake down the bot lane, just to kind of go back to that situation. Leave this here. I could have fought that if I stay under my tower. The second I back up and leave my tower, she can dive me. She always took like 1 or 2 tower shots there, especially because she had flash as well. So a misplay. Definitely should have stayed under my tower. I also had flash, but didn't see anywhere I could have flashed. Room for improvement there. At least I kind of know what I did wrong. So if we ever find ourselves in a situation like that, I should be fine. Now, Ivern only has Mobies. He's not going to provide a lot of damage. That could very well be warded. And neither me or my ADC are 6 yet. So I don't see this being a very good gank to go for. Also, sitting on a ward. So I don't really know what that plan there was. Okay. Interesting. I don't know what his game plan was there. Ahri's ahead right now, so we can kind of fight with Ahri. But Ivern just had Mobies. He didn't have anything to kind of blend there. Also, he's standing on a ward. I don't know. Maybe he was online shopping or something. This lane is absolutely cancer for us, as you guys might be seeing here. We're getting long range poked out by Lux, and then the ricochets are hurting us as well. If Ivern comes out, I can. Oh, do that. That's unfortunate. What's it? Okay. That was very sloppy. So, well, the beginning of that was pretty well done. The back end of that was pretty sloppy. Let me explain why. So the beginning was good because Sivir got chunked out by Varus. Well played by him, right? After that, what happened is I procced my ulti and I ran at Sivir, and I was able to bait out the spell shield, right? I just held onto it and waited for her make the mistake of using it. Once she uses that, I can just run through her and W. After that, though, I mistimed my ulti. I tried to flash on top of Lux towards the end of my ulti and get that charm off, but right as I flashed, the charm ended up wearing off. So that was a little unfortunate. The reason that it actually ended up working, though, is because I do have a Glacial Augment, so by me flashing in range for an auto attack there, I was able to get some slows off just by smacking her with my auto attacks. It actually worked out pretty good. Okay, this looks like a really good opportunity for me, potentially. Beautiful. Alright, not bad. The auto attack from the Hextech coming in pretty clutch there as well. So even though we had a misplay earlier, even though this isn't necessarily a super good lane for us to be in, I found a couple opportunities with the Ivern gank and with a couple roams mid to kind of get back into this game. So we're looking okay right now. Also, the fact that I was able to get a couple kills was not a terrible thing. You don't really want kills as Rakan, but with this build path that I'm going for, this perma-slow Glacial Augment build, I need gold, right? I'm not super effective if I don't have my items. So some gold on me is not the end of the world. Uh-oh. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so pretty sloppy again from me. We're getting pretty lucky right now just by picking up some kills and getting a little lucky when I am misplaying. I don't know. I think it's just some over-eager plays I'm kind of going for here. Luckily, I'm not really choking the plays that matter. The plays that matter are going to be the plays that come late game. When I have my items, that's going to be where I'm strongest. So if I'm messing up my plays and my engages when we're at that stage in the game, that's going to be a bit of an issue. Right now, it's just a matter of getting to that point. We also have Ari going with the same tactic with the Glacial Augment Perma slow build. So we're going to have just a ton of slows coming out. It should be pretty fun to see. I think what we're going to do here is upgrade this. Yeah, I'm going to sell the potion, wait 40 gold, get that. Lost Chapter is a pretty good spike. We're also going to be doing a decent amount of damage with this build because this is a build that you typically see as a mid laner. Even though I'm using it for the sake of the utility, I'm still going to have the damage along with it. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how these team fights play out when I'm able to put out a lot of damage and initiate on the enemy at the same time. Much different playstyle than any kind of Rakan build that I've ever done before, though. I will say that. And it's also taking a little bit longer to kind of ramp up than I would like it to. I would say that if you're going behind in the game or even, like if I was 0-0-0, oh, I don't want that. If I was 0-0-0 at the moment, this would probably not be good. Because I wouldn't be anywhere close to getting these items. Luckily, I've been able to be a little active early in the game. Okay, pop the ulti. See if I can just smack her with this. Do we have a charm? You? And that's enough. All right. Again, I mean, I can't really put enough of an emphasis on this, and we're playing pretty sloppy. I've had my W canceled quite a few times, but luckily there I was able to get the charm off at least, got in range, and then I'm just able to smack him. So I do kind of like the Glacial on Rakan for that purpose, just because even when... Ooh, what do we got going on here? Even when you're messing up your engage, you still have your auto attacks that slow, and that kind of helps you stick to the enemy. Also right there, something I didn't think about, but something that really helped there, is I got in range for an auto attack. So instead of me having to E to Ari there, then W straight onto Nunu, I E to Ari, I auto attack Nunu, which slows him, and then that sets up for my W. Not something I was really planning on doing, and of course it's going to be a lot more beneficial to utilize your Glacial Augment with your abilities rather than your auto attacks, but that is kind of a neat little trick that I figured out just now. So that could come into handy quite often, especially like in little skirmishes. Of course, you don't want to like go into the middle of a team fight and then just start auto attacking in the middle of it, right? That's not going to be ideal. But in little skirmishes like that, little 1v1, 2v2s, 3v3 situations, not a bad idea to kind of just have your intention to be to get in range if your ultimate isn't up at least. If your ultimate is up, it's probably better to just use your ultimate to engage. But if your ultimate isn't up, kind of just focus on getting in range, hitting them with your auto attack, and that'll slow them and set it up for your W. I can't afford my item yet, so... Oh wait, I can't afford my item. Okay, well I'm already heading mid, so let's see. This wave is pushing in, unfortunately. I think Nunu is going for Scuttle Crab. Yep, that's where they're going. Okay. I don't think they're going to need me here, but let's see. I'm going to pick up the movement speed right there. I'm going to flash onto this guy, and hopefully my team can get here in time. I'm going to continue auto-attacking them. Okay, so that ended up being flash for flash. The game plan there, as I mentioned, was to get the movement speed from the Nunu, refresh my movement speed as well, and then go after the Irelia. We almost had enough to chase her down, especially with my my flash knockup and then my auto attacks to continue slowing her. But she had flash as well, so it ended up being flash for flash. I think if she doesn't have flash there, things work out pretty well. Varus does have ulti here, and I think he's looking to engage. I'm also looking to kind of recall though, so I'm okay with the fact that we just get a silver ulti there and we back up. Now is when things start to get a little bit more fun. Now we got our GLP, so we can utilize our Glacial a little bit more. I'm also realizing GLP does not give health, which is something I thought it did for some reason. Alright, it does give mana though, which is something that Twin Shadow doesn't get, if I'm correct, right? I think Twitch Shadows probably would have been better first. It's okay though, because I did invest a little bit of gold into GLP. Okay, I don't have ulti here, so I can't join the fight immediately. I also get hit by the binding. I think this kind of fight is just gonna go away without anything really happening here. Bane is a bit of an issue because I think she's a little bit further ahead than Aatrox.
Fun. I need some fun.
Alright, perfect. I did not have to use my ultimate there, which is something I probably should have done because Aatrox could have easily died there. But again, I think this rune page actually helps a lot because instead of me having to use my ultimate there as a way to kind of set up for my W, I just walked up and auto-attacked, and because my auto-attack slowed, I was able to the W a little bit easier there. I also did use my GLP. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not used to building this item. I'm not used to going Glacial Augment. Even though it's the main focus of this video, it's not something I'm used to. So hopefully next team fight I can remember to use that. Alright, not bad. I think because we only have 3 people, it's a 3v3 right here, and one of our 3 is an Ivern. Even though that was a pretty good engage, I think I hit 2 people with the GLP, got a 2-man knockup, and hit all 3 with the charm. We still have a lot of damage. And Varus is the only one of us that's really doing any damage at the moment. So even though that was a good engage there, we're not going to get any kills there. There's no really harm done after all is said and done. But I think that was kind of a good practice round. A little 3v3 skirmish, both teams kind of going at it. That was a good little test. I think if I do that exact same thing when we are in a 5v5 scenario, we kind of just completely wipe them. That's pretty much exactly what I want to do. This is what I just did in that last team fight. Look to hit as many people with the GLP as I can. Use the ulti with 0.5 seconds while they're slowed. I probably need to work on timing that better though, because I don't want to slow them, then wait 0.5 seconds and then engage. I need to kind of maybe I proc the ulti first, then slow, then ulti, or then W rather. Nice. Okay. Me and Ari just perma-slowing these guys 24/7. This is kind of ridiculous. You guys are about to get knocked back, right? Oh, okay. My W got canceled there. But again, I set it up the exact same way. Just walk up, auto W. It's actually really, really good. Saves you from using your ultimate a lot of time. build is actually really good. Yeah, I think we're just gonna get the Infernal here. Stun them away. They don't have any chance of contesting that. I do need some boots though, pretty soon. Not sure exactly what boots I'm going to get. Maybe Merc Treads or something along those lines. Because I have been getting stunned up quite a bit so far this game. I think I'll probably go for something like Merc Treads. The reason I need boots though is because if I'm slowing them, I need to be able to get to them while they're slowed. And boots is gonna give me a little bit of extra movement speed. Even though the focus this time around, rather than the Speed Demon video, is slowing them rather than speeding myself, boots are still pretty much always necessary, right? If my whole team was here, I'd feel very comfortable going in on this, but they're kind of close to the tower. Ari's bot, Aatrox is running down the mid lane. I also have to wait that 0.5 seconds. I can't just RW as soon as I see them. I think I'm just gonna clear that out, recall, and get my Merc Treads. I got my Merc Treads in 20 gold. Also this blue buff here that's sitting there for anybody. Alright, perfect. Let's hope that my team does not fight. I'm gonna ping them off right now. I really want to get a 5v5 if we can. Ivern's gonna get picked. Pretty unfortunate. Aatrox is top, so even if I come in on this fight... Oh, this is a big throw. Can't do anything here. Big throw right there. Alright, that's frustrating. It's a 3v5. They shouldn't be pushing up like that. I think that'll be Baron. Is this worth contesting? I don't actually know. Might be able to get them off of it though, is the thing. It is Nunu though. Yeah, it's Nunu. I don't think there's any way they don't get Baron there. Alright, pretty unfortunate throw, not slow. Luckily, I mean, it wasn't me, right? I just gotta focus on my own gameplay, focus on how I'm performing. I did the right thing. I recalled, got my Merc Treads, tried to ping them off, but they get caught in a 3v5. We are still 8 kills ahead, right? I think we actually are behind in CS. Okay, so this game is pretty even at the moment, actually. I was about to say I think we have a gold lead still, but unfortunately we don't. Alright, so I think what is best for us to do right now is to group and try to force a fight before they are grouped. Or Ari can go for 1v3 over there. Okay, not something I'd really recommend. I think we group up here. I have flash. I think if I flash ulti, we can definitely set up a fight. Ah, Ari's gonna think though. Ari's gotta get out now. She gets left ulted. We lose this already. Okay. They're struggling a bit at the moment. Need Ari to recall. Ari recall, then we get back to the fight. Yeah, I think it's kind of up to me right now. We don't really have good engage, so I gotta look for an opportunity. Okay, they're rotating mid right now, which is kind of dumb because they don't have a wave. So that'll stall a little bit of time. Alright, let's see if I can get my team to follow me here. I'm still alive, luckily. The engage did not go exactly the way I wanted it to. Oh boy. I don't know how I survived there. Alright, yeah, Vayne is just a big issue at the moment. I wasn't able to use my my flash to engage, which is, I think, kind of a big reason that did not go the way I wanted it to. Oh, I missed my Q. I think if I hit my Q, we kill him there. Oh Okay, just gonna chase him down here with the GLP. With the Glacial. Alright, not bad. Okay, we're back in this already. I think they got 2 towers. They got a few kills on us with the Baron. However, the Baron's over now. We're up 11 kills. We have another Dragon coming up. 2 Infernal, 1 Earth. And we might be able to get mid here. Not entirely sure. I think the reason that teamfight went a little bit poorly is because we used a lot on Nunu and weren't able to kill him right away. And then I had to flash out of range, so I wasn't able to use my flash for the sake of engagement there. And having your flash available is huge on Rakan. So then in order to get back in the fight, I just had to RW to get back in, which is not the easiest thing to do in the world. We did, however, get a lot of gold there. I'm gonna sell this control. Oh wait, I don't need to sell the controller because I already have this. Cool.
I'm G to the D.
Alright, perfect. We got the kind of main power spike of the perma slow Glacial Augment build. And that should help a lot. Now we have a GLP and Twitch Shadows on me and Ari. Fortunately, I don't have flash. That's an issue. Another issue is we don't have any towers, as I'm starting to realize. We don't have a single tower on these guys. We've just been fighting over and over, I guess. Guy not free? Pretty sure this guy is free, right? Our team collapses, maybe? I didn't have to use my ulti either. I did use Twitch Shadows there, because I wasn't sure if the enemy team was collapsing. So if I use Twitch Shadows and they are collapsing, it would slow them as they're coming in. That was kind of the game plan there. Looking back on it, it's kind of a waste because they're top lane and my Twitch Shadows just hit the Nunu that was already dead. No worries, I sell my GLP up. I get a ward to protect us from a flank here. We need Aatrox to be with us, I think. We get our first tower, that's good. Still don't have Aatrox. We're in a 4v4 situation right now. If I was in range. Okay, there's the stopwatch. Vayne. We have a follow-up engage here. I got my W up. Okay. Big throw by me. Big throw. I got. Oh, okay. Vayne flashing for kind of no reason there. Maybe this goes not as poorly as I thought it would. Okay, 2 for 1. I got 2 over Eager there. I went back in and missed my W and just died instantly for no reason really. Okay, nice. A kill with the GLP. Alright, beautiful. Not bad. Another mistake that I think not just me but we all made is Ivern did get a pick on the Vayne and nobody followed it up and she was able to QSS even with the late QSS and then kind of get out of there. After this, what do we kind of want? I think we just go into standard stuff now, do we not? I'm already maxed out on CDR. How am I maxed out on CDR though? Okay, well somehow I'm maxed out on CDR, so I think I'm just gonna go for a locket. We're just gonna go defensive. These are kind of AP items, even though they're used mainly for their utility. These are like mid lane items, so I'm pretty squishy at the moment. As we saw there, when I went in with my W and missed, I died pretty quick. I think I'm gonna use my Spooky Ghost here. My goal there was to get the movement speed from Nunu and then go on to the rest of them, but I got stunned up there. I kind of went to waste there. I need Aatrox to come up here. Be extremely helpful. Uh-oh. Thought my team was going to be able to follow me up there. At the end of the day, let's just look at it and say I was peeling. Alright. Not bad. Okay, a little bit overeager. Once again, I went over the wall, knocked up 2, but had 0 follow-up. Luckily, I had my flash get out, rejoin the fight on the other end. Was able to knock up the Vayne to secure that kill for us. Not bad, not bad. Can we end here is the question. 2 people with a 10-second timer, 2 people with a 20-second timer. I have ulti. I think what we do here is when Sivir Lux come up, we hard focus them. If they fight us, we win. Was my prophecy correct or not? Okay, my prophecy was correct in the sense that we won the fight, but we don't win the game here. It's probably not the best idea to fight after all. Okay, that should give us enough gold to get Locket. Now we have an inhib down. We have one Nexus tower down. I'm gonna sell my control ward here. We just need more, probably armor, right? We don't need any more AP. We don't need any more CDR. I'll probably build into, actually, who's doing the most damage on their team? Probably Vayne. Oh, we'll do. We'll get one of these.
A little frightened?
I know I said I don't need more AP, but I can't think of another item that sounds really good at the moment. I think I'll have this Locket. I was gonna maybe go Stone Plate, but if I go into Stone Plate, the only thing I could have afforded at the moment was a cloth armor. So I think it's better to go for this.
Zaya, hey! Damn, where is she?
Should I drop it now? I'll hold on to it. I'll wait till we're all grouped up and it looks like we're about to fight, and then we'll do it. Because I don't want to proc this thing and then we end up not fighting for a few minutes and just waste. Like, Ivern is topside right now. We can't even fight down here. With me proccing right now, it'd be a waste. Yeah, it's a good thing they're not contesting this right now. If they were contesting this, this would be a really bad idea. Okay, now we're starting to group up, so I'm gonna pop the elixir. I don't have flash. Gotta be a little careful. Oh, okay. Messed that up. Oh, I'm alive? Maybe? Okay, I messed it up, but we're alive somehow. I'll take it. I messed up the engage, but I still charmed 4 people. And I still got a lot of slows off. Kind of upset because this is looking like one of maybe the last team fight, if not one of the last team fights. So I kind of wanted to end it on a good note and kind of choked the engage there. So. Okay, yeah, I think that might have been the last team fight because we're kind of just running it down at this point. We are pretty low though. Okay, get the GLP, coming for the KS. I think, yeah, this game's over. 3 people down for another 30 seconds. Let's see if we can rack up the KDA at all, maybe. Alright, GG. Another Rakan game in the books, another Rakan win in the books. I would say, looking back at this game, we had a good amount of misplays. Some of that could be because I'm just bad. Some of that could be because I'm not used to the build or anything like that. Overall, though, I would say this build is good. Do I think it's the best build? Probably not. I think it's probably equivalent to like the standard build with Zeeks and Redemptions. The downside is going to be it takes a long time to get these items. So if you fall behind in the game, you're going to be pretty useless. Whereas if you fall behind in the game with Zeeks and Redemption, you're going to be fine. Believe it or not, the Speed Demon build seems to be my favorite so far, and it seems to be the best. So even though it sounds kind of troll at first, that's kind of my go-to build at the moment. So if you guys haven't checked out that video, make sure to do it already, or make sure you do check it out at some point. A lot of fun with that build, and yeah, like I said, I think it's probably one of the better ones. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this build, this video, be sure to leave a like on the video. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.
I could do this all day, I could do this all night, all month, all year, for my whole entire life. Who you know got a home, but seen to live on the road, looking like a black gypsy in the curve.